Have you ever noticed how the exact same person can be treated completely differently just because of money? Not because they became smarter, not because they became kinder, but because of one number. Today, we'll see how respect changes at every income level. For this experiment, nothing about him will change. He'll keep the same face, the same personality, and the same clothes. The only thing will increase is his yearly income. Let's see how differently the world treats the exact same person. At $5,000 a year, life is all about surviving. Every paycheck disappears almost as soon as it arrives. There's no room for comfort, only necessities. He works hard every day, but to most people, he looks like someone who's going nowhere. The hardest part isn't having less money. It's how people quietly judge you because of it. Your ideas are ignored. Your opinions carry less weight. Even when you work just as hard as everyone else, respect often feels just out of reach. Level 2, $15,000 a year. It's not a big jump, but life feels a little less overwhelming. He can finally breathe between paychecks. People still don't see him as successful, but they no longer see someone who's completely falling behind. The funny thing is, he hasn't changed at all. He's still the same person with the same values and the same ambitions. But now, people are just a little more willing to listen. Sometimes, a small improvement in your finances changes how others see your future. Level 3, $30,000 a year. For the first time, he's no longer living paycheck to paycheck. Bills are paid on time, unexpected expenses aren't a disaster anymore, and life finally starts to feel stable. That quiet confidence begins to show, and people notice it. His words haven't become wiser overnight. His experience hasn't changed either. But something interesting starts to happen. People interrupt him less. They ask for his opinion more often. Without realizing it, they begin to associate financial stability with competence. Level 4, $50,000 a year. This is where the change becomes visible. He isn't rich, but he's financially comfortable. He dresses the same, acts the same, and speaks the same. Yet somehow, people start treating him like someone who's successful. What's fascinating is that respect rarely arrives all at once. It grows through small moments. A warmer greeting, a longer conversation, a little more trust. The higher his income becomes, the more people assume he must be capable, even though they know almost nothing about him. Level 5, $75,000 a year. This is where respect starts turning into opportunity. People don't just listen anymore. They begin inviting him into conversations he was never part of before. The same person who was once overlooked is suddenly worth knowing. What's changing isn't just his bank account. It's the assumptions people make about him. They assume he's disciplined, reliable, intelligent. The strange part is they have no evidence. They simply connect financial success with personal value. Level 6, $100,000 a year. For many people, this number represents success. Life becomes more comfortable, stress becomes less constant, and new possibilities appear. But the biggest change isn't in his lifestyle, it's in the way people look at him. Now, people expect him to have the answers. They ask for advice before making decisions. They trust his judgment more than before. Ironically, he doesn't feel much different on the inside. The biggest transformation happened in everyone else's mind. Level 7, $150,000 a year. At this point, respect starts arriving before introductions. People often assume he's successful the moment they meet him. Without asking a single question, they begin filling in the blanks with their own assumptions. The truth is, confidence can open a few doors, but money makes people believe you deserve to walk through them. They smile a little longer. They remember your name. They return your calls faster. It's not always intentional, but it's surprisingly common. Level 8, $250,000 a year. Now, new doors begin to open. He's invited to rooms he never imagined entering. Conversations become different. Opportunities become bigger. The world hasn't changed, but the way it responds to him certainly has. What's remarkable is how quickly perception changes. People who barely noticed him before now remember his face. They introduce him to others. They ask what he does. The same person who once felt invisible is suddenly someone worth paying attention to. Level 9, $500,000 a year. At this level, respect begins turning into influence. People don't just value his opinion anymore. They actively seek it. Invitations become frequent. Opportunities seem to appear on their own. Success starts attracting more success. Yet beneath all of this, one uncomfortable truth remains. His character hasn't become twice as good. His kindness hasn't doubled. His intelligence hasn't magically increased. The biggest difference is that people now assume those qualities exist because they see wealth first. Level 10, $1 million a year. This is where perception reaches its peak. Before he even speaks, many people assume he's successful, capable, and important. Ironically, the person standing there is still the same man who once earned $5,000 a year. Money doesn't change your worth as a human being, but whether we like it or not, it often changes how the world treats you. The real lesson isn't to chase respect from others. It's to build a life where your value doesn't depend on their perception. Because in the end, the person who knows your true worth should always be you.